The calcium cycle starts off on land from sources of calcium-rich rocks such as limestones. Carbon dioxide in the air mixes with rain, which forms carbonic acid. This acid erodes the calcium-rich rocks and allows the nutrient calcium carbonate to enter the marine ecosystem. The carbonic acid dissolves the calcium rocks, and through dissociation, the hydrogen is stripped away, and calcium bonds instead with the carbon and oxygen. This calcium has a reservoir of shells which reside on beaches and enter and exit the ocean via tides. The calcium now in the ocean can be uptaken by phytoplankton such as coccolithophores. Through the ocean's food cycle, phytoplankton are eaten by larger and larger organisms until the calcium is fully assimilated by such organisms that are then harvested by humans through means of fishing. Organisms that are affected by the intake of the calcium carbonate are mollusks that use the compound to create hard shells or exoskeletons. Those organisms not harvested eventually die and the calcium sinks down to the ocean column. From there, the calcium carbonate may be used to create calcium-rich sediments like limestone, become incorporated into coral reefs, or become waste that decomposers on the seafloor can leach off of. To continue the cycle, the calcium is taken up either by the upwelling of the nutrient-rich waters or via hydrothermal vents, pushing the sediment-rich waters upwards. Though the game is very pretty, Minecraft does not show how hydrothermal vents create upwelling, because it instead shows the player getting sucked down by the bubbles being created. Here instead is a more boring example of upwelling, created by some pepper and some sparkling water. The sparkling water mimics upwelling because it has the carbonated bubbles, which then move all of the minerals, or pepper in this case, up to the surface as the water that pushes them goes down and pushes the minerals upward, and then the remaining minerals are eventually pushed up to the surface by the bubbles there. You can see how it all is concentrated on the surface. The calcium, now in higher water columns, may continue the cycle through the biotic measures of assimilation or revert back into the reservoirs. The calcium reservoirs have a residence time of 1 million years. In that amount of time, my shoe print would become a fossil. And as we left the park, I couldn't help but remember a sign that I had seen upon entering the park, as well as throughout walking it. It had said, "No dogs allowed." But that couldn't be possible because there were many, many dog footprints just everywhere. And it just made me curious. Why are there so many dogs? Why were these footprints leading into the water? What? What's there? No. It couldn't be.
As you can see, the carcass of an organism has fallen onto the seafloor, where the decomposer eats it. He makes sure that there's no other
Decomposers.
coming from his mouth. his property. Watch as he rests by it and guarding, waiting so he can completely consume the bone and leach out all of the bone marrow containing calcium for his strong exterior.